With the popularity of social media growing each year, it seems almost impossible to avoid.
But many of us, especially adults, are still trying to catch up with the craze, and as intimidating as it might seem, it might be beneficial to start tweeting.
And News Source 16's Sid Dutcher has our special report tonight, Twitter Connection. Sid?
It's been around for over 6 years now, but to many people it's still a new craze. If you're not on Twitter yet, it may seem pointless, but as one new Twitter user tells us, you may be pleasantly surprised. With more than 500 million users worldwide, it seems like everybody and their mother is on Twitter these days, but in reality it may be everybody but your mother.
U.S. adults who are online who are on Twitter is something like 16%. So it's lower than I think most people would expect that number to be just because you hear about it so much.
And it's true, it's hard to turn on the TV and not hear the words "follow us at this" or hashtag that. Twitter users are allowed 140 characters per tweet, and tweets are made for a number of reasons, like sharing news stories, chatting with friends, connecting with celebrities. The 2012 presidential election was different than any in America's history thanks to the news media's ability to instantly review public reaction through Twitter. Millions of tweets not only followed each debate, speech, and blunder, but people were talking about the events as they unfolded on television.
Social TV, which is kind of the terminology for when you're watching TV and you also have a second screen.
Kelly Matthews is an instructor of public relations at the University of Oregon. Her courses often focus on the importance of social media, and she incorporates sites like Facebook and Twitter into her lectures on a regular basis. Even though all the major news networks, most teens and young adults, and even the Pope is now tweeting, it seems that parents are still a little out of the Twitter loop.
It feels chaotic and it feels confusing, and it feels like, how could you possibly find anything useful in all that muck?
Chaos and muck aside, Matthew says there are some significant benefits to Twitter, and the more people who use it, the more the fear in others will subside.
Once people see the usefulness and look at who the early adopters are and look at people who are really finding a way to work in a new technology to their lives, and it makes their lives better and faster and easier and smoother, then other people will adopt.
One of those new adopters is Angie Thomas.
I didn't know that you could just say something and be okay with saying that. I thought you had to put a little hashtag after everything.
Angie got on Twitter after some encouragement from her friends. Like many users, she wanted to stay up to date on celebrity gossip and news, but her main draw to Twitter is that both of her kids use it on a daily basis.
Of course, the very first tweet back to me was my daughter saying, "Oh my God, why did you do that?"
Angie started using Twitter in the fall and says her daughter Alexi has warmed up to her mom being on Twitter.
She was not very happy, but she's okay with it now.
Yeah. Not sure what the appeal was before, Angie really enjoys Twitter now. Her favorite part?
Staying in touch with everything. Someone will say, "Did you hear about such and such?" And I'll say, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got a tweet about that this morning."
Angie trusts her kids, but she wanted to monitor what they were saying.
I would want to know if something was going on, or even there's actually some bullying kind of on Twitter, which kind of bothers me.
Alexi says her mom being on Twitter has actually turned into a positive thing for the both of them.
She'll tweet inspirational quotes and tweet them at me, and I'll be like, okay, like that helps me out.
Angie says it's important for more adults to join Twitter.
I kind of wish more teachers and more coaches and more parents actually would get Twitter accounts, because I think it's a really important way of seeing what your kids are doing.
When Alexi's cheerleading coach was on Twitter and Facebook, she says it really helped her and her friends stay on a successful track.
Kept us out of trouble, and it obviously kept us on our toes.
Though it sounds scary and confusing at first, if more adults join Twitter, it might be a positive thing for everyone.
I'm getting out there and I want to know what's going on, and I want to be sure that there's, no bullying and that you guys are doing good, and if you need something, I'm there for you.
If you're thinking about joining the social media world but you don't know where to start, the Springfield Library has a free class coming up this next week for social media beginners. It'll be on February 12th from 10 to 11 in the City Hall Computer Lab. Reporting from the Springfield Library, I'm Sid Dutcher, News Source 16.
Good job, yeah. I'm a twittiet. You're waiting for me to say it, aren't you? I keep telling them I'm a twittiet. I know nothing. I try so hard. I'm trying to learn Twitter.
Then you need to attend that class.
I should go, yes.
Twittiet. I love it.